Hey, how's everybody doing? It's coming up on 4 o'clock. I'm just gonna go through the sectors, what we had today. We'll take a real quick look at the futures at the end. Little bit of exhaustion risk all over the place on our futures, but we'll see what shakes out. But just want to kind of see what's happening with the sectors. So today, XLP number one day here, right? Consumer defensive stocks were in play today. We had a nice two up on the day here. All right, so very nice there. And you got the 3122 up on the 2 hour. So we'll see if that can hold. All right, we're looking for some more upside here now on the weekly. That's going to be a grabber to get back up to there. All right, but we're inside here, and we're inside on the quarter with the 2-1 inside. So looking pretty good. Nice day up today. I would look at a couple of them names here. Hold on, let me pop that up here. I'm not going to go through too many of them here. All right, Ralph Lauren, nice day to the upside there. Dollar General up to the highs today. Another one, nice, and they all closed on the highs too. Constellation Brands, and they're going to be reporting on Thursday with Delta Airlines. All right, the Constellation had a nice day today on the upside there. So both the dollar stores were better here. Costco was better here, so they always go after the big names first. Budweiser had a decent day to the upside, kind of came back in a little bit. All right, so Staples, you get the idea. Coca-Cola and Pepsi, not too much out of those two today. Ralph Lauren, the dollar stores, Clorox, Costco, Philip Morris, DHI, some of the home builders. All right. Nice move today on the XLPs. All right. Second in that list coming up from there, I believe our next move to the upside was financials. All right, so XLF here coming back up on this day. All right, we'll see what happens here. All right, so XLF, nice solid day to the upside. Kind of gave it up a little bit at the end of the day here on the 2 hour. And you saw at the end of the day, this is kind of how we finished, and we're chopping up in there since then. All right, but we do take week up on a Monday, which is very, very nice. And you got a nice hammer going up here on the month and on the quarter. All right. So we'll see if I think the banks are going to report later too. So there's some room on that one. All right. So when I pull up on the banks, we'll just look up at a couple quick ones here just so you get the gist of what's cooking here. Chicago Merchandise Exchange today, nice move to the upside. 2-2 up on the day there. Kind of gave it up a little bit at the end of the day there, as you can see. This is that outsider that got created on the last 15 of the day. So brought that in a little bit. We got the ICE. And we got the ICE coming back down on the. This thing was given up on the 2 hour at the end of the day. Still finishes with a strong 2 day up. You are sitting for a month now and in a couple of days. All right, so ICE has been sitting in there for. You put them on ICE and they're gonna stay on ICE. All right, Coinbase. Coinbase kind of crapped it out here at the end of the day, so this one kind of broke down with us. All right. 2-1 finishing inside here. All right, so Coinbase, we don't have any kind of, we're not getting any of these colors matching up right now. So we got kind of a mess going on Coinbase. So watch out for that one. Goldman Sachs was a decent day, up $3 and change. But again, you notice that there was some selling finishing on all of these banks as we got CME was really the only one that was holding up pretty good there. Citibank was up 211, finished strong though. All right, so on Citibank, you showed a little bit of strength there, and Capital One Financial popping up here at the end of the day as well. All right, so that's a 2-1 inside day. All right, so we'll see if the banks get any better. Again, XLF, it finishes with the 2-day up. All right, go back to the XLF. All right, so there we are, 2 up on the day. XLF. The next group that was communication services, which is XLC. Now, XLC kind of fell apart at the end of the day here. Shooter back down. All right, so couldn't support it. A few names that we were looking at this morning. We were looking at Netflix, NFLX. And that one kind of crapped out on us too. All right, so finishes with the red day up. So there you go. You got that one kind of coming back inside there. All right. So not bad on the quarter, and horribly not bad on the month. Just kind of coming back inside, starting to drip back in with that week dropping back in. All right. So Netflix, would you look at a couple of the Meta is in that group, down $1.44. Not much to talk about with Meta down on the day, and it went down on the lows of the day. So that one kind of garbagey. Charter Communications had a good day, kind of got stalled out and finishes was stuck in the middle, but taking it back down here now on the overnight, and it kind of crapped out at the end of the day there. All right, so Charter, I'm not going to go through too many of them here. Disney didn't do anything today. It was down 33 cents on the day. Again, anywhere below 90, guys, anywhere below 90s if you can get it. And right now it's still hovering around at $96, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next few days. We got war and other stuff going on, so we'll see. Hopefully we can get a move to the downside so we can get an opportunity, but we'll see if that comes our way. All right, so that was communication services. The industrials fairly well. XLI stays with the inside day right off the bat. All right, so what does that mean? It means nothing. It means you're stuck inside here, and this might as well not even be there. All right, so coming back down at the end of the day a little bit there. All right, and on our industrials, I was going through that group a little bit ago. What did we have that was moving there a little bit? Anything with wheels is what Lockheed Martin made a nice move today, up $15. All right, we're going to need more weapons. GE, General Electric, had a decent day, up 7.53. Up $7.53, up almost 3% up on the day there. Truckers were moving good today. Like I said, anything that rolls, all right, 2-1 inside on the day look for ODFL to take that 2 back up, all right. And then the airlines kind of floppy, not too much. Emerson, our Emerson was a little bit better, 96 cents up. All right, so CHR Robinson was a little better as well. All right, so that is your industrials. And that was third on our group here, fourth on our group. And then we get consumer cyclicals, which I'm going to call XRT Retail, because XRT Retail had a decent day today. XRT, all right. This is all coming from diamonds right now, by the way, too. And the diamonds got stronger as the day went on. XRT, though, there you go. Inside on the month, 2-2 up on the week. Nice 2-2 down the day up. We're looking for some more moves to the upside on retail. Let's get a couple just of names here, just to wet your beak a little bit. All right. We got the Boot Barn on the move today, up $13.87. There you go, coming off the broadening formation on the daily. Look for some more on this guy. All right, Boot Barn, nice move here. Going to have to get up there and take that week as well, but we'll see what happens. That's a big day today, so I wouldn't be too crazy. Burlington Coat Factory. There you go. Another nice day up on Burlington Coat Factory. We know that Dollar General was up on the other one, on the discretionaries. Dick's Sporting Goods had a nice day today and taking up on the overnight here, as you can see. All right, so Dick's Sporting Goods better. Got that nice hammer going up, a nice Momo hammer going up on that one. This one I like. I like this one. It kind of moved up a little quick on me, but I think there's more room in Abercrombie. All right, you got the 2 up on the week here, and looking to take month up and see if we can get continuation to the upside, provided that the futures play ball, and how this war thing is going to shake out within the next couple of days. I guess they got till Tuesday, tomorrow night or something. Otherwise, they're going to obliterate you. So watch out. You don't want to get obliterated. That's probably a really bad thing to happen to you. All right. Abercrombie and Fitch. All right. So cyclicals. And then we came in strong here with on the number 5 spot. So we had XLP, we had financials, we had communication services, industrials, and cyclicals. And we're sitting here right now up about 0.5% on the day, XLE. All right, so we had a little bit of move to the crude. All right, so here's your XLE right now, just kind of still stuck inside this day. We're looking to see now if if this thing escalates, we're going to look for higher prices coming up on energy. All right, we're going to watch Chevron, we're going to watch Exxon, we're going to watch ConocoPhillips and Valero, stocks I talk about all the time. All right, so XLE, a better day, but still stuck in a 3-day pattern that's really difficult to get out of from what I see. All right, but XLE, a little bit better there. And I just rattled off a couple of names, and I'll kind of put the chart to it a little bit. There is your Exxon, was up $2.68 today, coming up on the overnight a little bit as well. All right, so if crude starts to rise again and we start to see, you're gonna get Exxon, you're gonna get Chevron, COP, and Valero. Those are the really good ones that I would say right off the bat. All right, and then we'd watch the drillers. And then we would look at OIH, and you see how the drillers are doing. This one kind of just sputtered out with the inside day. Not much to talk about there. All right, not much to talk about there at all. All right, so energy. Then tech comes in. Cisco finally got right today, guys. I hope you got some Cisco today. Cisco was good today. Look at it, got out of the equilibrium here. It's getting out, man. All right, next stop, 82.13. All right, I bought some today. I'm in there. I'm sticking. Let's see what happens. All right, coming back up here right now, and I was trying to come back up. Kind of stalled out at this 80.43. So look for it to come back down into that 79.85 area. I think that might be a nice spot, or somewhere in that vicinity. All right, so Cisco, good. Marvel got kind of tied up today. It got really stuck inside on the 4 hour. See, this what happened here. So these are all ones. Okay, now we're kind of screwed here on Marvel right now. All right. You can take that 2 up anywhere you want to go, but until we get up to 111.89, or when we get down to 105.98, we're really going to be stuck inside. All right. So these are all ones, even though that says a 2, it's a 1. All right, because it's trapped inside all of this business right here. All right. So to the downside, 105, I guess we didn't even get down to there, so somewhere down in this area, vicinity over there. All right, we'll see if Marvel can even come back down a little bit, but again, if we get some bombs blowing off, things will start to move back down a little bit. All right, really too much on tech. Apple came out hot. I gotta say, Apple came out hot. I just lost you there. Oh, lost my whole screen there. All right. So Apple, nice move to the upside, and it really kind of gave it back here at the end of the day again. All right. So Apple, it's all this the lag 7. I want to look at Tesla. I kind of been focusing on Tesla a little bit because we did hit the 346 number today. All right. So we don't know where, how much we can get to the downside on this Tesla. This has come down pretty good though. Again, and you're getting 3 companies in one too. So Tesla at 352. Again, I think this can triangle back out, get back out in these maybe 330 area. I think at 330 area, I'm a nibbler. All right, so that's your Tesla. Tech, you pretty much get the gist of it there. All right, so then technology, real estate, they came out hot, and question is, how did they finish? All right. Couple of good ones here, man. EQIX today had a nice day up. All right. 2 up on that and closed on the highs of the day. SBAC very strong. All right. Another one closes up near the highs. Airbnb got its act together today, man. I was watching it early on, and it got way better here. Came back up and took the day up and had a decent day. Shooter coming back down here. I like the way the month is, and I like the way the quarter is here. I think Airbnb's all right here. All right, provided nothing blows up. All right, Airbnb, I think that one's a little better. CCI's always good. All right, coming back up. As you can see, it's already been moving to the upside. Crown and Castle, that one's pretty good. And then you got Iron Mountain, if you're into that kind of thing. All right, 2 up on the day there on your real estate. So pretty good. And overboard, out of 30 stocks, only about 6 or 7 of them were to the downside. So not horribly bad. And then we got the 3 losers. That's the healthcare, the basic materials, and the XLU. All right, so we know that healthcare is garbage, and I was really surprised that the diamonds were as strong as they were without having the healthcare, but it did have good support from the financials. Not too much on industrials, I gotta say that, and you kind of lost your utilities too. All right, but XLV trying to fight back here in the overnight a little bit. All right, 2-1 back inside. I just don't know when healthcare is ever going to get better, if it ever does. I'm totally serious. I mean, it's really just a complete wreck right now. All right, so XLV, you deserve to be where you are. XLB. The metals, I talked about them. Over the weekend, and I thought maybe we would get some of these golds and some of these silvers to start moving, and it didn't happen today. But it's 2 up on the day. Couldn't go up there and take out the highs, and so XLB, and then gold was down today. All right, for the most part. Down $1.76, down 0.41%. All right, so really nothing there. PSLV. PSLV, there's another one stuck inside day on a 2-1, but look for these things to turn around and get going. GDX is the other one we talked about. And there you go. There's another 2-1 inside on the day. And then watch Newmont Mining if they start to move back up. But right now, they're not showing their sign. They're not showing any signs of anything right now. All right. So materials, and then your biggest loser today was the XLU. Utilities down across the board. I'm looking at them right now, trying to get a peeky here. We're half and half. We're probably a little bit more to the red side. All right. I see some of the Constellation Brands was a little higher today. Oklahoma was up 63 cents, and VST VST is another good one there when you talk about the nuclears. All right, so there's your nuclears right there, up 41 cents on VST. Oklahoma, I tell you, the puts keep showing up, and they keep beating these guys down. All right, so again, I'd like to get Oklahoma back to 35. I don't think I get her there, but this is not a bad price down here right now at 48. But let's wait and see for the next. I think we have to get through the 17th, 18th of this month before we really know what the hell we're doing. All right, and then we'll have a better idea of how things start to shake out there. So I think right now, anything you're doing, you got to be protecting on your positions. For the week, performance for the week, XLC had a really strong week last week. It was up almost 6% on the communication services. Materials were strong last week, and now they're laying off. All right, technology was super strong. It kind of fell off again here. All right, so Cisco and Marvel is still the two that I think we like the most. We'll still continue to stick with those. On the futures, let's not even talk about. We'll just talk about the SPY and all of the exhaustion risk that's out there. All right, as you see it right here, shooter down, shooter down, shooter down all day. All right, so SPY did take the day up, but not by much. All right. The next move to the upside would be 660. Getting up to 660 is going to be a real tough climb. All right, so as you can see, all these wicks coming down, that's telling you the exhaustion risk. All right, so and then we watch the Qs. All right, same situation here. It punched through all the way to 590.72. I couldn't believe that happened, but it did. All right, they come back inside, and now you see the pressure coming down again. All right, so there's your day up. Nothing great. All right, and then the diamonds say what? Diamonds say got better, man. I gotta say they were really started the day like not that great. They made the move to the upside, and then they came down and chop. But she started to show some muscle at the end of the day. All right, if that's the case, staples and retails, XRT, XLP. I think those are the two you want to be in. All right, tech not right now. All right, but I'm going to stick with the staples. I'm going to stick with the retailers. Both of them had good days. Financials should hold up, but you could find a mess in there too. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. Everybody have a wonderful evening, and just be good.